featured group because there's a fresh rivalry developing. I smell rivalry in the air. It's going to provide some great entertainment to both the spectators and us this week.
Well, this week, Henny, it looks like they're intending to beat the big-hitting Brooke Henderson. She might be a kind Canadian, but certainly a fierce rival.
Yeah, she's not going to say sorry. Just make sure you don't look in her trophy cabinet beforehand because you might get intimidated. There's some big major championships in there. Brooke Henderson, speaking of big, hits it big, got big game, and is just so lovely on top of it all. I almost don't want her to be beaten.
Yeah, she's a born winner, isn't she, Brooke Henderson? This is going to be a tough rivalry, but one, if you can win, will certainly build your confidence.
Yeah, that one will play.
Taking aim from around 240 yards out here. Seems to have chosen the 3-wood.
All right, bold. I like this play.
That's an absolute ripper. What a shot.
Just 6 feet between he and the hole.
Yep, tracking well.
Oh, that looks like Seabiscuit in his prime. An opening eagle to get the day started.
Cannot imagine a better way to start their round off with an opening eagle.
He finds himself in a share of the lead. We know that Riviera starts with a 5-4, but it may as well be a 4-5 because the par 4 second is tougher than the par 5 first.
I've never seen a golf course where you're so happy to start off birdie bogey. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. The second hole, pretty straight away off the tee shot. The second shot moves a little bit from left to right, back up the hill. There is some space on the right-hand side to miss your second shot up by the green, but there's no guarantees that it'll kick hard enough right to left to get back on the green. It's a sensational second hole.
After a very consistent run of play over the last half a dozen starts or so, Rich, this player's coming with a whole heap of confidence, and they look to me to be one of the players to beat. Do you agree?
We've seen this player time and time again contend for tournaments, and it is no surprise to see him doing it once again this week. It is so fun watching this player. They're in top form.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. That's just inside the range. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently in 3rd place.
Well, that's a beautiful bunker shot there. And back to the play, shall we? What's in front of them, Henny?
Has to putt this one downhill.
Hey, nice looking line. A bit too much pace on that one. An opportunity to make their par. That gets the job done. Currently a couple under for the event. Pacific Palisades in California, the site of Riviera, the 3rd hole, par 4. Elevated tee shot.
And a fairly generous fairway, a little bit more room out to the left than what players can see off the tee shot. Second shot is going to be downhill to a green that basically chases away from the player, going from the front portion of it all the way to the back. Difficult to get your second shot close here.
That's nicely done. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
He's setting up here from about 115 yards.
Should find the green here. Oh, that's a lovely looking shot into birdie range here at the third. Just a 4-footer remaining.
Yep, tracking nicely.
Fair effort that. Good birdie. He's currently tied for first. So many wonderful holes at the George Thomas designed Riviera Country Club. This par 3 fourth has to be one of them.
This is a spectacular par 3. Ideally, players want to hit a tee shot that moves significantly from right to left and moving with the contour of the green. If they can do that, then they've got an opportunity to hit it really close. If they challenge the pin off the tee shot, well, it could come up short in that bunker, and that is a massive no-no.
Looks like they've got the 5-wood.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Why do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She got one back on that last hole.
This one looking really good.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it. Get in the hole. Oh, what a big putt to make that one.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
That shot's so good, we need to have another look.
Now this is how you putt. Take another look at this.
Still in the lead now after that hole. Rich, the PGA Tour is basically a power game these days, although the 5th here at Riviera forces players just to hold off the tee.
The fairway does run out about 310 yards off the tee, and players not necessarily going to hit driver here. They have to be mindful that the fairway pitches significantly from right to left on their tee shot. From there, they're hitting their second shots downhill again to a green that chases away from them front to back. Again, a simple looking second shot, but a difficult one to get close.
Playing from around 160 yards. He leads the field by a stroke.
Nothing good out on the right-hand side, Luke. This headed for trouble.
That got a little out of control, I think.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
And he needs this to save par. putt that.
This player is putting for fun.
Now leading by 1 shot. The 6th hole here at Riviera is very unique, isn't it, Rich?
Who puts a bunker in the center of the green? No one else except for the folks at Riviera Country Club. I love this hole.
Going with the 5-iron here. Good shot there. A birdie putt awaits. Oh, so close. And that should secure the par on this one. John, do you have any info down there?
Hello up there. We are checking in down here with Harold Varner III as he gets...
Oh, my. How about that for a par?
Tough bunker shot. No bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
Let's head to the par 4 7th at the Riv. Again, it's a par 4 that requires placement of the tee.
The fairway bunker down the left-hand side comes in quicker than you can imagine, and so players want to try and hit it out towards the far right part of it, but again, you push it a little bit, and now the Barranca comes into play. If you find the fairway, happy days. This green is probably one of the most severe tilted from back to front. Players need to make sure their second shots land past this hole in order for it to come back down towards the hole. You will have a downhill putt, but it's better than coming up short.
Let's catch up with the current proceedings. Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Choosing the 9-iron here. Sitting at 4 under for the day. They currently share the lead in this one. Oh, that's the hands of a surgeon. Lovely touch.
Love watching this player around the greens.
And with that hole behind them, they're sitting in second place, behind the leader, Brooke Henderson. The par 4 8th at Riviera is a choose-your-own-adventure. Which fairway do you like to take?
I think most players are going to try and go down the left-hand side, as it seems to be the easier of the two these days. However, where they stick that flagstick, well, that's a different question. If they stick it up front right, the left-hand side of the fairway, that's not the easiest approach. So better be mindful of where that flagstick is in order to pick which side of the fairway you want to drive it down.
Good shot there, Beamer. Rich, Canadian golf has had a number of people to be able to hang their hat on over the years. Obviously, most recent on the men's side, Mike Weir is a major winner. But the impact that Brooke Henderson has had on the game seems to have been even more significant.
It has been, and she doesn't carry the mantle just for women's golf in Canada. She carries the mantle for Canadian golf in general. She's such an amazing, delightful young lady to be around. Her personality is infectious. She's just a good soul. And she carries that around to the golf course. I mean, 2-time major winner. But what I'm impressed about most with her game, Luke, is the fact that, you know, she is such a long hitter in the game. You don't quite see too many women in the game right now that they don't talk about hitting it long like we do in the men's game. But make no bones about it, she hits it a long way out there. That gives her a massive advantage over some of the other players, and that's why she is such a prolific winner on the LPGA.
That's a big drive. John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hello up there. We are checking in down here with Harold Varner III as he gets set for his next.
Ah, what a shot from the bunker. And back to the course with the live action. Sitting at -4, tied for second place. Yep, that one's on the dance floor. You can two-putt that for sure. This putt is about 17 feet long.
This is their look at birdie.
This is on a great line.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. A par putt awaits.
This looks like it's got the speed and the line.
Nicely holed. And for par. Oh, Canada. Brooke Henderson leads this tournament. One of the most often discussed holes in all of golf is the par 4 10th here at Riviera Ridge. There's so much strategy.
It's either driver or 3-wood for every player in this field, but you better be good with distance because this green is very narrow.
Well, Rich, in the thick stuff here, not a good spot to be.
He's going to have to go down after this one, try and dig it out as best he can and hope for the best.
Oh, almost went in. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
Yeah, this is looking nice.
Well played. And with that, he'll move to 5 under par. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The par 5 11th, one of the better scoring holes on the course. Players are thinking 4 when they stand on this tee.
It's just a long straightaway par 5, almost a runway, if you like. Both sides of this fairway flanked by huge eucalyptus trees, which frames this tee shot brilliantly. You find the fairway, second shot, once again, straightforward. You must avoid that bunker front right at all costs. That is deep and nasty. You're not going to enjoy being in there.
Getting ready to play their third. Just one stroke off the lead. And this putt for a share of the lead. This looks good. Gets that one to go down, and that's back-to-back birdies. And that will move him to 6 under par. From the sand, looking to get up and down. Oh, that's a bonus.
Oh, this one out of a smelly spot on the golf course, but no bother for this player.
When you stand on the 12th tee, Rich, you're thinking to yourself, oh, a couple of strong back-to-back par fours, and it starts right here.
This is where the golf course gets extremely difficult, Luke. This tee shot moves from left to right, but massive overhanging eucalyptus trees down the right-hand side prevents you from hitting a high draw over them. Once you're in the fairway, though, your second shot is to a green that's really not as big as it should be for such a long hole. And there's a famous tree just short and left of this green, Bogey's tree. Not because of the score, because Humphrey Bogart used to sit there and just watch everybody butcher this hole.
Going with the 7. Attaboy, good shot. This putt to get to 7 under the card.
They've got this putt to pull ahead of Brooke Henderson. This rivalry could get interesting here.
It's got a chance. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5. And that will take him to 7 under. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Yeah, she's down. She's behind. Her rival's scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
That's incredible. Yeah, golf clap. Really good. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Rich, the 13th hole, slightly different look off the tee.
It's really cool. This tee shot is framed by large eucalyptus trees, both right and left, requires a draw. Nothing else to do. You have to move this golf ball from right to left off this tee. If you do it correctly, well, that golf ball could chase down there miles down this fairway. You find the fairway down there, you're going to love the second shot. The difficulty gets when the pin is all the way back left in this little peninsula. You miss it a little bit left there, you're going to find the Barranca, and you're probably going to find a bogey or worse.
Wonderfully played. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 140 yards.
Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. Yeah, you hit a beauty, didn't you? And Henny, what are they looking at here?
Yeah, 15 feet out. He's been staring this one down.
Looking good.
Just building upon his advantage. He keeps making the important plays. And that will take him to 8 under. And now that finds him in first place. The 14th, Rich, I know it's dear to your heart, the par 3. You made an ace there in tournament history, won a car. How do you tell the players to play it?
hit a 7-iron, a high little draw 7-iron, and 2-hop it right in the hole, Luke. That's what I suggest. That makes it easy.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
This one is all over it.
Playing within their comfort zone there. What do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's got some work to do. She's 2 strokes behind so far.
Okay, let's get back to the action. And a chance to reach 9 under for the championship with this putt.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Go in. That's a big time putt, that one. And their rival knows it too. They heard the cheers. Moments like that deserve another viewing. Let's take a look at the replay.
I could watch this one all day. Who would have thought that would go in?
And just keeping it in neutral on the leaderboard. The 15th, Rich, a very good par 4. Although, if you're Victor Hovland, maybe the fairway's not in your line of sight.
It's a great par 4, and yet there's some players that have seen it a little bit differently lately. I always saw it as a dog leg from left to right, just avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side. And this is an interesting green. It's got a high spot on the left, and it's got a low middle section and a high section on the right-hand side, and you never have a flat putt. It is always breaking one direction or another, and it's either straight uphill or straight downhill. This is the most difficult green on the golf course by a long margin. If you see it differently, you can hit it down the right, down 17 fairway, but I fail to see how that's any kind of advantage.
Opting for the 9-iron. Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there. Be nice to see this one go down. Let's see if they make it.
Short game has been especially sharp today, Luke. Very impressive.
Get the fist pump ready. This looks like it's going in.
And down it goes. Now an impressive 9 under par as we head to the stretch.
And with just a slim lead coming down that stretch, anything can happen.
The 16th at Riviera Ridge is the last chance to get amongst the birdies on a par 3.
A breathtaking short par 3, 166, an island green surrounded by bunkers.
Going with the 8-iron here. That's a pretty handy shot. Oh, that was fantastic. What a shot from the leader.
The iron play today has been absolutely stellar. Luke, the greens in regulation, just a fantastic accomplishment. Great to watch.
Just didn't drop. Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet. There it is. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Well, that's got to have some impact on the scoreboard. Let's take a look. Our current leader is enjoying a 2-stroke lead.
2 holes to go, Luke. I know who I like.
That should find the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 17th. Oh, what a wonderful play. Leading with intent. Tell you what, they've got their rhythm going there. That's another green in reg.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
Big time play, that one. At the right time, too.
And this is why you got to keep your foot on the gas at all times. These guys and girls are good.
This putt coming up is for birdie.
On a nice line.
And that's 8 birdies today. Sitting at 10 under par for the day. One of the most famous finishing holes on the PGA Tour, Rich. This 18th at Riviera is a classic.
Aim for the palm trees in the distance, which are located just on the left-hand side of the green. A good tee shot there will set up an awesome looking second.
Oh, he's been putting on a clinic all day. Another beauty by our leader.
That drive was simply astonishing.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Wow, very aggressive play on this approach, putting some pressure on their rival Brooke Henderson.
And with this putt, he will win the event. Well, a spectacular week comes to a close. Congratulations to the Genesis Invitational winner, Riviera, the home of your champion.
It was a Hollywood ending for this winner. What a performance all week long.
And Rich, I think you mentioned earlier that this player was your favourite. Well picked.
Oh, listen, it's not a hard pick, is it? This player has consistently been there all season long. There's no reason why not to pick them to win. They just make me look smart. That's about it.
Well, on behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup.
Today's coverage of the Northern Shore Open is about to begin. I'm Luke Elvey alongside major champion Rich Beem in the booth, and it's wonderful to welcome in Henny Koyak, who's out on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, great to be here. As this event kicks off, our featured group consists of 2 players who appear to have entered into quite the rivalry.
So it looks like they're trying to beat Colin Morikawa this week. That's ambitious. Seems like a friendly duel from the outside, but could create some extra sparks today.
I almost just have to laugh. Someone saying they're going to beat Colin Morikawa. Does that even happen these days? He's one of the most consistent players on tour. I don't know that he's beatable.
Well, he's been accused of having a balky putter occasionally, but you're right. Iron play as good as Tiger Woods in his prime. The short game's irresistible, but I think the most impressive thing about young Colin is his mindset. He's got a 40-year-old mind on a 20-year-old body. No wonder he's winning at a decent rate of knots.
What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. And here we are with the third shot. Chosen the pitching wedge here.
A tidy looking shot, that one.
Not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole.
What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 23 feet from the cup. Solid little par putt here.
gallant attempt. A bogey putt awaits. Be the ball, Danny. No. Facing early adversity there after opening up with a bogey.
And a stumble on the opening hole never sets the tone very well. It'll be interesting to see how they react.
Now let's hear from our on-course reporter, John McCarthy, who I see is just rolling up his beach towel. Been striding the fairways here in Florida for the last couple of days leading up to the event. John, what's the Emery Beach Club all about?
Well, Luke, one thing it's about is it's about water. Water hazards will feature prominently on this course this week. The greens also very undulating. There are ridges, there are shelves, there are tiers. I hope the players have done their homework this week because these approach shots into these greens they're always important, but especially so here at Emery Beach. Several holes feature one of Beamer's nemesis, the tiny bunker. The tiny bunker is in play this week, so you got to be careful off the tee as they seem to pop out where you least expect them. Beautiful Florida course, though. I will enjoy the scenery, and I hope the players will enjoy the challenge of Emery Beach Club this week.
That's tidy. Second shot here on the third. This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
Really controlled the flight there nicely with that wind.
An opportunity for a birdie here.
Looks good.
Yes, they've made it. So after that hole, he's now up to even with the card. Teeing off here at the fourth.
Look, coming off a birdie at the last hole, this player finally is making something happen. Looking forward to the next hole, but danger lurks if they're not careful.
Well struck. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
I'd say he's about 165 from this flag. Wow, that one was a fairway splitter.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Anything in 5 feet to be handy from here.
Looking for another birdie here.
How frustrating. Maybe you can chip it back close and limit the damage. Wow, that almost went in the hole. 3 feet to go here to the hole. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's got some work to do, but he's only one back from his rival.
And after that effort, this is how the leaderboard looks. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The fifth hole here at Emery Beach Golf Club is a 172-yard par 3 from the back tees. Rich, your thoughts?
Look, the water on the left-hand side really is just there for decoration. Doesn't come into play. The difficult part, though, is this green sits well above the fairway there on the left-hand side. Most players are going to be bailing out, not wanting to go in that bunker to the right, but you miss it out to the left. You got a really challenging up and down.
Seemed to lose the handle on that shot.
A bit short with that effort.
Oh, what a super shot. And that will move him up the leaderboard as well. And let's have another look at that one.
Now look how they attacked this one.
Now 3 strokes back after that hole. This hole is one of the longest par 5s on the course. Nicely done. Time for the second shot here at the 6th. Well played, mate. Getting ready to play their third. Just 3 strokes back. Well, that certainly makes putting a lot easier when you can hit a shot like that.
Already made a few birdies today, and this is another good look.
This putt for inside the top 5 on the leaderboard. Looking good. And this player's moving up on the leaderboard after that hole. Let's see what happens here on the 7th.
Oh, look at that. You don't want that ball back.
Sitting at 1 under the card, tied for 5th. Yeah, that was a safe play. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Oh, this looks pure. Oh, how about that one? And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Moments like that deserve another look.
They got their putting boots on here. Look at how this ball rolls end to end. Thing of beauty.
Just one off the lead after that hole. And we've arrived at a par 3. Going with the hybrid. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
How close was that to going down? What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
The perfect leave. Uphill, can be firm.
Get excited. This could go in. And in it goes for the par. Currently 2 under for the event. Here we have a par 5. Is it time to get after it or play it safe?
Awesome stuff. Well, I think they're attacking this one, taking it on in 2. I like their style.
It might be ambitious to some, but they're going for the green. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
Putting for eagle here. Bit too heavy-handed there. Trying to get 2-3 under par with this putt. Oh, just missed. And this putt is to move into the top 5. Now over to Colin Morikawa.
Now, who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
Here we go, Rich. The back 9 on Sunday. What are your thoughts so far?
Just one back right now, Luke, with 9 to go. I gotta say, can they overtake the leader? Let's find out.
Quality shot, that one. Here we are, Rich. A wonderful opportunity on the table. The chance to go back-to-back. Just how big would that be?
Obviously massive, but I'm very impressed. They've put themselves in a position to win for the 2nd week in a row. Impressive.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Oh, right by the hole.
They have absolutely flushed that one. Colin Morikawa, he was meant to be the original and best approach player, but I think we have a new sheriff in town.
Hey, that's a chance. And that will drop in for a birdie. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. Tiger Woods back in his familiar spot, currently in the lead as we head to the next tee. I'm pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one. Going with the 5-wood. Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Well, Rich, that's on the surface, but it's in 3-putt territory. It's so far away. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
They're going to need binoculars from back here to even see the hole.
And this putt is to move into a share for the lead. Ooh. Oh dear, time to get the chipper back out. Sitting at -3 in a share of second spot. That's a well-played chip shot there.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
And the entire field looks up at that familiar sight and sees the name of Tiger Woods on top. Here we are, Rich, on the 12th tee at Emery Beach. And this par 5 is at 550 from the back tees.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it. But the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up-and-down birdie.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport. And all of a sudden, he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back on, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there. And sure enough, that's what he did.
Bit disappointing, that one. Setting up in the first cut. Oh, that one just missed the hole. Sitting at 2 under par. Currently tied for 6th. Didn't that look good for a long time? This putt for par here.
Their short game today has been absolutely sublime fun to watch.
That's well holed. Well, that's a lovely way to make a move into the top 5. Just 2 shots back after that hole. We've arrived at a par 4 hole. Well, on the tee now, coming off a par. Chance to pipe one up the middle. Oh, well struck. This drive's heading for the fairway in my eyes. And Henny, what are you seeing down there?
A little bit of breeze ruffling the old hair, and it's coming straight on.
Opting for the 5-wood. This one needs to kick left. That's well played. Pin high. That's the mark of a ball striker.
Full of confidence as well with their putter. Gotta like their chances.
This putt's about 4 feet from the hole.
Little birdie look in here.
And that putt will give them birdie number 6 on the day. And that will take him to 3 under. Well, let's get amongst this 15th hole. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
Going with the 7. Great looking shot this. Now let's switch our focus to Colin Morikawa.
He's currently trailing his rival. Let's see what happens here.
Okay, time to return to the action. And here we are with the 3rd shot. 1 stroke off the lead. Oh, I thought that one was going in. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
So far, so good.
And now at 3 under with those finishing holes remaining, could take it deep here.
And they're going to have to really focus in here to try and chase down that leader.
Let's see what happens here at the 16th. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. Good shot shape, this one. A fade ball flight. Right into the water on that one. Getting ready to play their third. Just 2 shots behind. That's going to find the water, sadly. This is their 5th shot. 2 strokes off the lead. That ball looked a little thirsty. Sitting at 3 under par. Currently tied for 4th place. And that one's headed to the drink. That always looked wet, didn't it? And a little slide down the leaderboard happening. Make sure you respond quickly. Emery Beach Golf Club is another one of these courses, Rich, that has a short par 4 at 17th.
It does. As you can see, a massive bunker down the left-hand side. So players really want to bail out to the right and leave themselves with just a nice, short little pitch shot. Only the brave and the longest are really going to want to challenge this green. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Now over to Colin Morikawa.
He's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
Let's get back to it, shall we? And here we are with the 3rd shot. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And if this can go down, he'll save par. This one's on line. It was on a good line. Job done. Let's head to the next. And that's now 5 over for the round.
Unfortunately, backing up slowly but surely on that leaderboard, Luke.
Let's head to the final hole of this round. Playing from around 230 yards. Going with a 3-wood here. That's not going to find the fairway. Sadly, this one will make a splash. Henny, that ball seems to be sitting down. Is it bad?
Well, it's a little deeper into the rough, but it's sitting nicely.
Well, this should be unpredictable. Don't know what you're going to get from the golfing gods here. And this putt is for a final score of 76. It's on a great line. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Putting for bogey here. And that will conclude his tournament to date. Well, unfortunately, not able to secure back-to-back victories here, but you've got to be impressed with the performance overall.
I'm very impressed with how this player battled trying to get that back-to-back win, coming up a little bit shy, nothing to hang your head about.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now. Sports and the PGA Tour are delighted to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational is about to begin.
I'm Luke Elvey alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm very happy to be covering this week's featured group. What a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
Yeah, so this week their goal is to beat Jon Rahm. Henny, that is by no means an easy feat.
No, if Jon Rahm is fired up, sparks could fly, you want to be out of the way, and he's just going to go straight through like a Spanish bull.
Yes, he's fire and brimstone, isn't he, Jon Rahm? All the Americans couldn't beat him in a Ryder Cup. This player, well, it's an ambitious rivalry to say the least.
Looks to be going with a hybrid here. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Wow, that almost went in the hole. Oh, well played.
Just eyeballing that one, trying to make it.
A par putt on the table.
He's in a share of 5th position. The second hole is a long par 3 of typical Redan style at 230 yards.
Yes, the green runs from right to left and chases away from the player on the tee. You can hit it short right and have it bounce on to the flag sticks that are on the right. However, when they're in the back left, you don't want to come up short and left in a low area. That'll leave a very difficult up and down.
Opting for the hybrid, I think. Not bad.
We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry, but can he stay that way?
And back to the play, shall we? What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Just got to trickle this one in the front door. It's downhill.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Putting for par. Ooh, right by the hole.
Just a tiny putt is all that remains.
Currently at +1 for the day. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number one. Water down the left-hand side you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
Needs this to kick a bit left. Oh, terrific approach, and a chance for birdie here at the third. Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Looks good off the blade.
You know, it's not if you make bogeys, it's how you respond. Well done. Colin Morikawa currently on top of this one.
The first of the par 5s, Rich, the 4th hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side that shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Not a bad line, this one. Rich, I love being back at Bay Hill every time because you get to honour the absolute legend of our game, the king, Arnold Palmer. There's just an air of something extra special this week, isn't there?
When you step on the property here at Bay Hill, you know you're in the presence of something special. Arnold Palmer's legacy was really built here, wasn't it? Granted, he absolutely brought everything he had to the PGA Tour, but when you come to Bay Hill and you have all the monuments, especially the statue right there to the right behind number 1 and number 10 tee boxes, you just get a chill down your spine like, man, this is some kind of awesome place. I cannot wait to tee it up here. And saying that, Mr. Palmer did not leave a golf course. That's very easy for these players. But listen, they come back here every year knowing that they need and they want to honor the gentleman who helped form the legacy of the PGA Tour, and that's why they're out here playing for all the money.
Putting for birdie.
They've got this to get into a tie with Rahm.
This one has eyes for the hole. Oh, terrific. What an effort.
Gotta like it. 2 in a row.
And as the scorecard suggests, heading up the leaderboard. The 5th at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards, Ridge. Placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
Around 110 yards to go. Currently a shot off the lead. Yeah, good safe shot this one. That should find the surface. Wow, what a shot. Let's go to Jon Rahm.
He's currently in 3rd place. Club up. I like this play.
Let's return to live play now. This putt to move into a tie for 1st. And that's a master stroke. It not only improves their position in the field, they're now ahead of their rival. And now we have this player currently tied for 1st with Rickie Fowler. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th, Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
You like that, didn't you? Sitting at 2 under in a share of the lead. Getting ready to play their 3rd. He's currently tied for the lead. Six feet remaining to the cup.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Ooh, nice line. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And with that, we'll move to 3 under par. And after that hole, he's now alone at the top of the leaderboard. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Playing the draw shot here. A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance.
And a fantastic look upcoming.
Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Oh, these are big momentum putts. Let's make this one from 9 feet.
These are on rails, looking good.
And that's for birdie. will hold. And that will take him to 4 under. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber is pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Well, that's a handy shot. Well, Rich, here's one of our proven performers in the FedEx Cup points race. They've been there or thereabouts for most of the season, and they go into this tournament as one of the strong favourites. It hardly seems a surprise, doesn't it?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
That was exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yes, got to think that's a certain birdie from there.
Let's catch up with Jon Rahm. A chance for a birdie if this goes down. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Oh, well done. Playing this shot from about 170 yards out. Currently leading by 2.
Jon Rahm watched that one all the way. Great approach shot. This player is definitely upping the pressure in this rivalry.
As we step into the second 9 here, Rich, and the short par 4 10th.
Players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
Oh, that was pure. The great Ceferano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in Jon Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be number 1, because he seemingly has 0 weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game, and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. What an opportunity to make a birdie. He's got a chance. Oh, he's on fire today, building upon his lead, hole after hole. And with that, he'll move to 7 under. Incredible. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 3rd, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
That's some good golf right there. Playing from around 150 yards here. Going with the 9-iron, I think. Another fine-looking strike, this one. It'll find the green.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Hang on, this looks pretty handy. Super shot that. And with that, he'll move to 8 under par. Awesome play. He sits in first position. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer has really started to mimic front and back nines.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds, out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and...
Hello and welcome back to our coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational here on 2K Sports. We're a few holes into the second 9. Let's head out to the 12th.
Not really what they were hoping for there.
Sitting at 8 under, currently in the lead. And here we are with the third shot. So much easier when you roll like that, isn't it?
Oh, Dr. Chapinski strikes again.
Leading by 5 shots after that. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side. Open up the angle for your second shot. And it's obvious, you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side. Make a par. Pretty simple.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. We'll now move over to Jon Rahm.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
And back to the course with the Live action.
Putting for birdie here. After that hole, this player is currently in first place, with Colin Morikawa in second.
And another of the uphill par threes, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
Terrific shot. And a chance for birdie coming up here at the 14th. 4 feet to the cup. Yeah, nice mid-range birdie putt, that one.
Well, with that good play, this person is now in first on the leaderboard, with Colin Morikawa in second.
As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4 here, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
This one looks to be bunker bound, Rich. Not good.
That's a poor lie. Will he be able to get out of here?
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
This one heading to the bunker.
Setting up to play the shot here from the greenside rough. How close was that to going down? Big par saver coming up for this fella. It's on a good line. Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
Nicely done. Well fought hole right there. Bunkered off the tee, but makes that nice par save.
So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
3 holes remaining, folks. Hang on to your hats. This is going to be a wild and woolly finish.
Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber.
Put every ounce they had into that drive.
Rich, good chance to get at this green in 2.
Yes, this player's found the fairway, and now they've got the opportunity to knock this on in 2. Be wary of coming up short and left, obviously in the water, but don't be anxious to miss it out to the right, especially in that bunker that's over in the middle of the green on the right-hand side. That really can wreak havoc with the players. Try and find the green at all costs with this second shot.
Okay, let's get back to the action. A look to get to 13 under par.
Putting for eagle. That always sounds good.
Like the look of this one. Well played. What an eagle. Our current leader now enjoying a 9-stroke lead.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
That's a lovely stroke. Had eyes for the whole way. Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard after that effort. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
Plenty of daunting approach shots on this golf course, Rich, but this one at the last is as tough as it gets.
It is, Luke. When the pin is up front, there's just not a lot of room for these players to work with, both left or right. When the pin is in the back part of the green, you do have a little bit more room, but you have to favor long and left. We've seen too many golf balls come up short in the penalty area too many times over the years.
Just hoping for an outcome now. It's a little wayward.
Airmailed the green with that approach.
If you need any inspiration, Bob Tway once holed out of the bunker to win a major. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. Well, all that hard work, it's time to pay it off. Make this for the tournament. Oh, Oh, size them up for the red cardigan that Arnold Palmer made famous. You are the Arnold Palmer Invitational Champion. Congratulations.
And what a week it was. A fantastic victory. Sensational victory on arguably one of the tour's hardest golf courses. Way to go. Great win.
And Henny, it goes without saying that this player dominated their rival today.
Yes, Luke, no one could catch this player, let alone their rival.
Well, that'll just about do it. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Elving. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.